just who I am as a person.
And we are live.
Great week.
1, 2, 3.
The best part of this
4.
week is if the topics aren't that great, it wasn't me.
It was me. We'll see.
Mixing it up this week.
All right.
We're still going by Jacob reads the headlines and makes assumptions.
Yes, of course. And we are live. Hopefully on all 3 platforms this week.
Giving up on Mixer.
I'm guessing that's the one that didn't work. Yep, that one did not work. I think we have an old key for Mixer.
Yeah, probably. Oh,
ooh. My video looks like it's from last week.
Yeah, mine too. You're not wearing... Oh, you are wearing a black shirt.
Okay, no, it's the correct week. I tested out last week's stream briefly to make sure it worked. But as you can see, I don't have a hat or glasses on this week. So it's live.
Cool. Perfect.
I think we have an old...
Yep. I heard my voice.
We are all good. All right. We've got quite a few topics this week, which I actually read.
And I read the
as usual.
Yeah.
You know.
I found the URL and I copied and pasted it.
Yep. That's his job, and my job's reading it.
Oh, it's supposed to be the pretty one here.
Ooh, and we also have a 3D print that we can show you. It looks pretty nice.
It's huge.
We've got an Apple special event, Android malware, which I think is actually pretty ingenious how they did it.
Yeah, and then
We'll
apparently...
talk about that.
I put at the bottom of the article, Google is apparently opening up a premium app store. So you don't have to worry about the malware problem. That's all over their apparent app store.
Sounds like the Apple Store.
And then the premium Apple store.
We've got NBA 2K19. 2K20. Microsoft letting you call people on your phone using your PC. Forget texting while driving. Now you can play a board game.
That's
what
my
could
headline.
go wrong? Facebook dating, because who knows you better than Daddy Zuckerberg?
Yes, sir.
Sony kicking a dead horse. There is not 1, but 2 new Walkmans coming up later this year.
Which could have been a good idea until you see the price point.
Yeah, it's well, we'll talk about it. Best Buy, the world's dumbest smart home.
Supplier.
You're not going with Best Buy smart home, are you?
Actually, I was looking at it.
Well, you
For
better
about
change
13
that.
seconds.
Leave your Apple credit card at home. You can't take it on the plane or through the NSA anymore.
Or to a bank.
Is it the NSA? No, it's the TSA.
TSA.
One of those acronyms.
Yeah.
One of those 3-letter government agencies. It's now a weapon. In case you didn't know until now, vaping is bad. But not that bad. We'll talk about it.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Google's premium app store, as he mentioned. And then we have some more heavily opinionated topics from
Super heavy
this
opinion.
guy. And then, of course, the hee-hees of the week.
Tee.
Or memes, depending on how you pronounce your H's. Or M's, whatever letter.
I was pretty sure they're pronounced memes.
All right.
Man, just the new logo got me on this Apple
Yes,
topic.
show me this logo. So this is from Apple's new Apple event.
Hey, it works.
Ooh, let's actually look at it.
Oh, you don't need to be on camera.
Oh. Hey guys.
Nope.
So there's Apple's new logo. Does that remind you of anything?
I
I guess it kind of reminds you of something, although I don't know if I quite agree.
Really?
Yeah, it's
Well,
close. Let him pull up another image here.
Man, I wish I could share the screen right now. It's not. Windows.
Yeah, kind of.
There we go. That's good enough. Go.
Did our keybinds break?
Oh, I know I did. I hit one of these. Not that one.
Technical difficulties. Give us just 1 second.
Yeah.
Press the MR keys when done. We have a scene switching keyboard here. And apparently we just started our stopwatch on our keyboard here.
No, whatever. You're still off the screen.
Yeah.
You can put yourself back. So it's not as similar as I remember it.
No. So this is the Windows Vista logo. And Jacob's
poor memory.
belief here is that it looks kind of similar to the Apple logo. Which, I mean,
I could have sworn it was very similar. It doesn't look anything like it now that I'm looking at the two.
Yeah, see the
memory served me wrong.
Yeah. I mean, they both have colors.
And they're both computer companies.
The colors are similar, I guess. But the layout of the colors between the Apple logo, the new Apple logo, and the old Windows Vista logo aren't as similar as Jacob remembered.
Yeah, for some reason I saw that and it just reminded me of Vista.
I guess if you click that second article you linked, there's a cube thing. Yeah, there you go.
From The Verge. But so this is their famous cube on New York somewhere. But it's the one where the entire
Fifth
building's
Avenue, it looks
underground.
Yeah.
And it's been closed for a while. And
under renovation since 2017.
Yeah.
That's a while.
That's a long while. It's about how long it takes Apple to put out a software update. And looks like for the special event coming up that they've announced, they're going to do something with this cube. Apparently it keeps changing colors.
Huh.
It's very, very retro-y Apple feeling.
Yeah, it looks like they didn't plug their RGB connector in all the way.
It's just freaking out.
Yeah. I've seen that happen on a projector before.
Or like a VGA cables on any monitor, and it just... I'm not too interested in the Apple event. I know that you're an Apple fanboy now. So
I don't know about a fanboy, but
thought I'd throw that
they're
in
not
there.
as terrible as I originally thought.
They're still pretty bad.
So this next article is about the Joker malware that was found on 24 Android apps. There's a list of apps over on lifehacker.com, and we can scroll down. Hey, guys. We can scroll down and look at that list, which I found that I did not have any of the apps that were compromised. But it's definitely worth taking a look at your phone and making sure you don't have any of these apps installed. And also check your bank statements if you do find that you do have these apps installed. And make sure you weren't charged with a subscription service without your knowledge.
Somewhere here they put the amount. Right here. 50 DKK a week. Roughly 6.71 euros.
6.71 euros, which is, I guess, around $6 or $7. I think the euro to American dollar is
I don't know which way it goes.
relatively similar.
Close.
I can actually look it up.
6.71 euros to USD.
It's pretty close. €1 to $1.11.
Okay.
So it's about $8 maybe.
Yeah.
But it looks like the way that this app worked is it runs in the background of your phone so you don't notice it. And it has an automated process that goes to a website and subscribes to a subscription service, which then sends a confirmation code to your text messages.
Yes.
And then the app pulls the code out of your text messages and validate or verifies with the code that they got from your text messages.
The worst part is that's one of the
all behind the scenes.
The best features I love about installing an app is like, we need to verify that the phone number you entered for your account matches the phone number of this device. We're going to send a text. It sends a text and it's like auto-verified, and you don't have to actually do anything besides agree to have a text sent. And it sounds like that's exactly what they're doing. Is they're agreeing for a charge over text.
Well, but you're not realizing what's happening, and you're being charged for it.
But
thought it was pretty ingenious, though.
Between all the apps, it's over 472,000 downloads.
Which is a fair bit. And it looks like they've been taken off the App Store, which is good on Google. Although you can still download these apps. Not through the Google Play Store, but I obviously don't recommend that. Unless you want an extra subscription service for something you're not going to use.
Yeah, if you need to get some money out of your account.
It's also funny that one of the apps was a VPN app.
Yeah, and then
which
one's a
VPNs
security.
are designed for securing your internet browsing history and your internet usage.
Yeah, I really liked how one of the... And then there's one that was like great antivirus or something where you...
Yep, antivirus security scan up near the top.
Yeah.
And then a lot of camera apps.
Cameras and
funnily
wallpaper
enough.
apps. Which I guess those are what most people are downloading now. So do you have a wallpaper app on your phone?
No. I just have an image and put it as my wallpaper.
So when I first set up my phone, I didn't know about this. It's the Samsung Galaxy S8.
Yes.
There's like an entire thing for wallpapers.
Okay. Are these going to be moving wallpapers and like parallax type things?
So it's what are you called? It's like Android, or not Android, Samsung themes.
Okay. Because I've seen some cool wallpapers and screensavers that you can touch and interact with it. Like there's fish swimming underneath water, and then when you touch the water moves and the fish move. But
Galaxy themes, and it's like an entire app for the Galaxy phone.
Okay.
But I have to reinstall my theme every 4 days or so.
Oh yeah, didn't we talk about that recently? It was broken.
But I really like the minimalist dark theme, so it's worth reinstalling my theme every couple days.
I can imagine that. So yeah, make sure you don't have any of these apps installed, and if you do, check your credit card bills.
Yeah, it's gonna be a hard one to find.
Yeah. So you want to go down to the Google Premium store?
Kind of, yes, that would match a little better. Google Premium, which is a terrible name, which is why it's not the real name. It's a 9 to 5 Google. Google teases Play Pass subscription service. The launch is coming soon. But from the looks of it, it looks like it's just a harder Play Store to get your app into. It's like verified good.
Oh, interesting. So this looks like it says both games and regular apps will be offered, and it's priced at $4.99 per month with a 10-day free trial during the testing period, although that is subject to change before the launch. The catalog is supposed to include hundreds of premium apps, including fitness trackers and music tools.
So the couple cool things I liked is all apps will have 0 ads in them. It says Play Pass will be free of advertising or in-app purchases. So I'm curious with the in-app purchase part. For some apps, like here the dating apps again, instead of buying those premium gold tokens or something, is if you're paying $5 a month to Google Play, if you're getting the full premium apps, or if a lot of apps are not going over. And it's going to be more like the Google Suite.
Yeah, I could see it being more like the Google Suite and also other apps.
At $5 a month, I mean, why would Tinder or Candy Crush want to move over? They can make so much
more money in microtransactions, yeah.
It's a cool idea. I really like it. I'm not going to pay for it.
Yeah.
I got all the apps I need.
Yeah.
Texting, phone calls, and my minimalist dark theme.
Speaking of ads, I think it was 2 weeks ago we talked about NPM, which stands for Node Package Manager. Node Package Manager is a terminal app used by developers to install software.
Did you ever play with it?
No, I never viewed the ad. I've used NPM a little bit, but I never saw the ad. So previously we talked about a JavaScript library called, what was it called? Can't find it. Standard. There was a library called Standard, which was showing an ad as you were installing their library.
Suite. Yeah.
And the library is just, it gives you more, it makes it easier to program certain apps, is the best way I can describe it.
Yeah. I mean, that's what a library
It gives you
is.
access to code that's already written, basically.
Yes. Copy and paste.
But NPM, or the company that runs NPM Incorporated, took a stance and plans to ban any behavior like this in the future. So according to these updates, NPM will ban packages that display ads at runtime or while you're installing them, or anytime that you're developing software.
That's kind of nice.
Now they won't ban libraries that allow you to add ads to websites,
Yeah.
because that's
what the website's
kind of
for.
a feature. Yeah.
It's a feature.
Yeah. But yeah, I just wanted to follow up with that.
So I wonder if they would consider, so like if a developer has one library and you're installing it, it's like, oh, this library is also highly recommended if you're using this one because they kind of work off of each other. I wonder if that's considered an ad or if that's considered like a, hey, before you buy this and install it like you're stupid, know that there's this one that gives you all these extra,
Generally,
like, building off of each other.
Or a lot of times it'll install other dependencies.
Yeah.
So if it installs one library, it would install other libraries as well that
Okay.
it depends on.
Okay.
So one of the humorous libraries that's out there is called like isEven, which just tests if you pass it a number,
Uh-huh.
and it tests if the number is even, or if maybe it's not a number, or if it's
It
a
just
name
wants to know
or
if it's
something
even
else.
or not.
Yep, and then it just returns whether or not it's even.
Okay.
And then there's a library called isOdd, and it calls isEven, and if isEven returns true, if it's an even number, then it returns false,
Okay.
because it's not an even number, it's an odd number.
Ah.
Super confusing, but that's an example of a dependency.
Yeah. Okay.
The isOdd depends on the isEven,
Dang.
which is like, why do you even need a library for that? But anyway, side topic.
That's interesting.
Yeah. If you're interested in learning Node.js, you would find it interesting. Otherwise, disregard everything we just said.
Speaking of disregarding, this goes into one of my good rants.
Okay.
So I was live streaming on Sunday,
All right.
not with anything that any of y'all will probably ever find ever, but so it was me and the other tech, and he's in charge of like the actual setting up the live stream, the key, the video, and I just do the audio part of it.
Okay.
I just make sure he gets audio. That's all that I really have to care about.
Okay.
And minutes before we need to go live, and it kept failing authentication. And we're not using OBS, but something kind of like OBS. And so we try signing into Facebook again and again. We're streaming to Facebook, and it's not working. It signs in, but it's like it can't access stream server.
Okay.
And so we log out on the computer and we log back in with the username and password, make sure it's right. It's right. It works. So finally it's like, all right, we're running out of time. We're going to, instead of doing it through the Facebook auto maker thing, we're going to just RNTP server and just type in the Facebook RTMP and
yeah.
And the stream key. This is all on an iPad. So we just copy and paste, put it into a chat, send it to ourselves, and then open the chat, copy, and then paste it into the streaming software.
Okay.
So it turns out, for some reason, it still wouldn't work. We copied both the RTMP server and the stream key. There were two problems. Both of these should be automated to fix itself. The end of the URL for the RTMP server didn't have the final slash on it.
Okay. And the stream key.
And the stream key had a space at the beginning.
Oh, wow.
When we copied it from the chat, it copied an extra space.
Okay.
I feel like both of these things should be auto-detected.
Yeah.
That your URL ends with a slash and your stream key has 0 spaces in it.
Yeah.
It was a very stressful 5 minutes. Because everything we were trying didn't work. And it's one of those things like isEven, isOdd, is spaces.
Yeah. Yeah. It starts with space. Yeah, the software could have easily detected, or could have easily been built to detect whether the URL ends in a slash,
Yeah.
or if there's any leading spaces.
Yeah, I feel like
on
the
key.
spaces should have been
or
just
following spaces,
yeah.
really.
Or
Okay,
at all.
I guess that wouldn't matter in a URL necessarily if it's at the end, but
Are you really?
I mean,
We're about to try this out real fast.
yeah, you can just add some extra space. It's not going to change anything.
Well.
But if you add the spaces somewhere else, it would.
it?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
just the same thing.
Oh, so it cuts it off at the end.
Yeah, but Google probably does that automatically.
Yeah, probably.
I mean, yeah.
It's really aggravating to think of. Because the spaces one, that's to me is like, of course you would auto delete the spaces.
Yeah.
The slash I can understand. That's one of those things that you get enough report tickets on, and you're like, all right, we'll check for slashes.
Yeah, yeah. And it's not that it's hard to fix. It's just something that you don't
think
about. Yeah.
Until you're in the heat of the moment and your stream won't go live.
Yeah. Dang.
That's.
So were you able to get the other method of streaming to work?
How we do it every week? No.
Okay. So you still had to use the RTMP server.
Still can't figure out why. I haven't talked to him to see if he played with it and figured it out, but it's been 24 hours, so I doubt he has.
That's odd.
It's super aggravating, but yeah, it's one of those things like you would think the program would auto check for stuff.
Yeah.
It's like one of the big pranks is you always put a space in like the school computer or the library computer before you leave. That way when they go to type in their login, it doesn't work the first time.
That's funny.
Same idea, but...
Or go to the library and flip the screen upside down.
Oh,
the monitor upside down.
Those are good times.
Remember that?
Yes, I do.
Or sideways. Oh.
We get back to some real topics.
Yeah, where are we at? NBA 2K19? I mean 2K20?
They're all the same. So you play games? Sports games?
No.
They're all the same every year, right?
Yeah, pretty much. It's basketball is basketball.
Except for this year.
The characters just have different names each year.
This one has surprise mechanics in it, right?
Yes. And surprise suggestions.
See, I didn't know about that. So this is
the
probably...
ads.
Oh, it's on Kotaku. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Kotaku. Oh, right. Kotaku. Somebody forgot to update NBA 2K20 taskbar icon.
Yep. So if you see there, just to the left of our head, right where his cursor is, can you read that? It says 2K19. Guess what year it is? 2K20. And so, actually, it's 2K19, isn't it? But I guess they're releasing the game early, as I guess that's the way it works. But kind of like cars.
I look like a sports guy to you.
The car models seem to come out with the year number.
It's all confusing.
But yeah, anyway, someone forgot to update the image before they released the game. And when you install the game and run it on the taskbar, it shows up with last year's icon. And I was looking at Steam, looking at all the reviews, and the reviews were bad. I couldn't see a star review. I don't know if that's something that's been removed on Steam or just isn't shown when a game has terrible reviews.
I don't think it has to have a star.
But maybe it just doesn't have a star.
Overwhelmingly negative.
Yeah. So people say
15% are positive. If you hover over the overwhelmingly negative.
That's not good. For the record.
So the one positive review on here is a ad block, and it's all in a foreign language. So. Wow.
And then also they have ads in the game.
They're commercials.
Surprise suggestions. And apparently long loading times. And apparently there's even a hashtag fix2k20 trending on Twitter.
I'm curious if it's an actual long... That's how much research I did.
Yeah.
Long loading time? Or if it's just a more demanding game this year than it was last year.
Probably more demanding.
Those commercials
but
take a while to
probably
load.
still a long loading time due to it being more demanding. So there's probably a reason it takes longer to load, but
I wasn't sure if it was just a poorly skinned 2019 version.
Yeah.
And they just did something really wrong. Or if it actually is changed somehow in the base game.
But at this time, we don't recommend buying NBA 2K20.
Or 19.
Yeah, for that matter.
Stop giving them your money for a little bit. They'll make a better game. So Microsoft also wants to record your phone calls. That's how I read this title. This is over on Windows Central. First look, making phone calls using your phone on Windows 10. So you can now link your phone. I believe you can do both Apple and Android.
Okay.
And as far as I understand, you can just do calls and texting, I believe.
So when I first looked at this article, I was expecting it to be an app that you install on your phone built by Microsoft that would allow them to have access to information on your phone. That was my first thought. But after reading this article, it looks like the article mentions your phone treats your PC as a Bluetooth peripheral to make calls. And the user interface on the PC has a number pad and a button that allows you to transfer your call from your PC to your Android phone. So I don't know how exactly it's working.
Yeah.
If you're actually connecting your phone to your laptop.
Just Bluetooth or what it's doing?
Yeah.
So I used to use SideSync. I believe that was by Samsung. And that connected my phone to my computer. And it just did straight up screen sharing. It was just like TeamViewer or LogMeIn or any of those.
Yes.
And it worked great.
So I recently got saved by being able to view my text messages on my PC last week. So I don't think I told you this, but my phone...
How?
Where's my phone at? I have a Motorola phone.
Okay. I have a lot of tape on it now.
My phone has been through better days. Previously, we mentioned that I couldn't receive phone calls. That was totally my fault, for the record. But I also broke my volume buttons. I cracked the screen like 2 weeks ago.
That sucks.
Dropped it getting out of my car. So now it's all taped up to hold the screen onto the screen. And last week, it took a bath. I accidentally left it in the washer in my pocket.
You take a shower with your pants on?
No. I take a bath with my pants on. No. I left it in my pockets and put it in the washing machine, and it got wet, obviously. I did realize it before it went through the whole cycle.
I was about to say, did you get it before the soap dispensed?
Yep. Okay. So it filled up with water, or had some water in it.
Was this after you cracked the screen?
Yes.
Of course it is.
But I was able to get it out before it was totally soaked. And when I got it out, it actually did work.
Okay.
So I could touch and play around with it, and I thought it was totally fine. And that night it shut down. Never started back up. And I assumed it would dry out, so I left it. I tried turning it on a few times, didn't turn on.
Old rice trick?
But like 2 or 3 days later, I actually didn't put it in rice.
Really?
2 or 3 days later, it started back up, and everything was fine again. But during that time, I had logged out of Facebook and reset my Facebook password, and so I couldn't log back in.
So you have to have
and I had two-factor authentication on. So what two-factor authentication is you log in on Facebook, and it sends a text to your phone, kind of like we were discussing earlier with that malware.
Yeah.
It sends a text to your phone. You get the numbers from the text from Facebook, and you enter that in on Facebook's website.
Yep.
And it proves that,
it proves that you have the phone.
Yeah, it proves that you have the phone. In theory, you're
it.
you and you have the phone.
Yeah.
But it's just a second way to prevent people getting into your account with just stealing your password and username.
Yep.
But I couldn't get the text because my phone wouldn't turn on. But there's an app called... Actually, I think it's just my cell provider has an app. I'm not even going to mention my cell provider because...
Probably a good choice, yeah.
Yeah. But my cell
garbage.
provider has an app that allows you to view text messages on your PC. So you just download the app on your PC.
Oh,
you can view text
that's
messages.
really cool.
So I was able to pull it out that way. But that's just kind of an example of the using your PC to access stuff on your phone.
Yeah.
Working out for me.
Because I used to use SideSync a lot because I did everything through text messaging. So everyone would just text my cell phone number.
Yep. And then you have it on your PC because normally you're at your PC at work.
Yeah, because I sit in front of a computer 14 hours a day. But then I found out about Google Voice and their free numbers.
Okay.
And you can connect it through Hangouts. So now whenever anyone texts me, it goes to all of my computers, all of my speakers, and my cell phone.
And gets forwarded to your cell phone, yeah.
No, I just have Google Hangouts installed on my phone. So it doesn't even forward. I just have Google Hangouts on everything.
Gotcha.
So if you send me a text, the entire life of Jacob goes beep.
So, do you have the same actual calling phone number?
No. Well, I can. So I don't use it.
Okay.
Hangouts to call. I just use because otherwise what am I paying service for?
Yeah.
But yeah, so the best part is with Hangouts, you can sign into multiple accounts like you do with Gmail. So I have like 6 phone numbers now.
Gotcha.
And you could change the ringtone for each phone number, and you can all of a sudden tell what type of people you're getting.
So you can give your work text number out to people. Yep. You can give your
friends and family.
Your important
my important people.
Yep.
Yeah. And so even though Google's going to have every phone call Jacob ever makes, ever, for the rest of Google, it's worth it. It's so nice. Because I can even answer on my computers when I can't find my phone. Like, I'll leave it in the living room, come upstairs. I can just answer it on the computer.
So I see a note here as well. It says, I want my phone to track me sometimes.
Sometimes.
Is that the what you're talking about here with the text messages?
No. So that's actually a whole other topic.
Or the Google Maps?
No.
No? Because we've talked about the Google Maps tracking you.
Yeah. So I want real-time tracking.
Okay.
So riding the motorcycle a lot more.
Yep.
I want to be able to turn on tracking and it notify 2, maybe 3 if you want notifications. And so it'd be like, Jacob is now
laying on the street.
Or it just like, Jacob's turned on tracking. It just notifies you. And then if like 3 hours go by and I don't turn off tracking, you be like, hey, you okay, man?
Gotcha.
And then be like, Jacob turned off tracking. So I just want like 2 notifications. That way I get to have like a few people that are always around their devices, so that when I do go out for the 3-hour motorcycle ride between work and work number 2,
yeah,
I can, not worry about laying in a country ditch somewhere.
Yeah.
So if you know of an app that can notify friends, like this person has...
I have just the thing. Instagram's close friends feature.
Does it actually do that?
I don't know.
Oh.
We just talked about it last weekend.
I got recommended a lot to use Snapchat.
Okay.
The downside is nobody can guarantee that Snapchat does tracking if the app isn't the main window.
Yeah.
And I kind of like having Google Maps up as my main window.
Yeah. To see the roads.
Yeah.
Directions.
Pretty important.
Kind of important, yeah.
So I need to find an app that notifies people like tracking has been turned on, tracking has been turned off. I really want to notify. Because then you wouldn't have to respond. You're like, okay, cool.
Yeah.
And then that night you'd be like, he never turned it off. Otherwise, it might be like 3 days before somebody notices Jacob doesn't show up somewhere.
Yeah.
Like, oh, he got busy with work.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm looking for an app.
Okay. Gotcha.
It'd be pretty important.
Gotcha.
You don't have to be on the list, but if you want to make sure that I show up Mondays.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll be on the list. Oh, it's that time again. This video is sponsored by Jmart Media and
Nephew Tech.
Well, for a second there, I thought our cards were switched, but they're not.
I really want to do animated cards soon. Just like a 4-second jive or something.
Yeah.
That just barely moves. I just want mine to shake back and forth.
I said jive at work the other day.
Really?
Everyone hated it. Mission accomplished.
Someone spelled it out the correct way, like the GIF, and I said no, it's jive, and I did GYF.
Oh.
It's like, no, it's jive. You're wrong.
Ooh.
And I think slightly animated or something like Sparkle.
Mm-hmm.
I think that will spruce us up a bit.
Yeah. Yeah, we do have a pretty dark scene, but with the background and all.
Yeah. Oh, where are we at? We are...
Forget texting while driving. Pull out a board game.
Good Lord.
This is a new board game.
Has nothing to do with boards.
Let's see.
Don't be playing this around me, please.
Sony partnered with Drive Time to build a trivia question game based on Jeopardy, but it is hands-free and I guess interacted with by your voice.
So the very curious thing I have is how hands-free. Like, can I open the app and then all the menus are hands-free?
Or is it just the question and answer?
Or is it a 10-minute game, so every 10 minutes I have to pick my phone back up and start game number 4?
I'm going to go ahead and guess that it's more the 10-minute, and then you have to pick your phone up and play the next game.
Because I can't imagine they'll make 20, 30-minute games. Because I can't imagine the average drive time to a job is more than 20 minutes.
Yeah. Well, I wouldn't be surprised by that. 20 minutes or more.
We can find out real fast.
Because I drive about
Let's play
30
Jeopardy.
minutes.
No, not Jeopardy. What is it? Can't guess over.
Oh, over under?
Yeah. Average.
I'm going to guess 35 minutes.
All right.
If you're in the chat, go ahead and send your guess.
I'm Googling average U.S. drive to work time. Because those are all keywords, right?
Yeah, I'm guessing 35 minutes.
Average commute times. WNYC, whatever that is. Average travel time to work in the United States is 25.4. Wow.
I was way over. That's probably less than both of us. Or each of us.
So I'm right at 23.
Wow, really?
Yeah. Depending on the amount of state troopers and red lights.
I have a lot of traffic, which is the bad thing.
I have 0 traffic, so it's pretty steady.
Yeah.
It's if I get hit by 2 red lights or 9.
We probably drive about the same distance. You might actually drive further.
17 miles?
I'm right out
17.3?
there, yeah. But my traffic is
It's pretty
not
terrible.
good.
I'll say mine's pretty much a straight highway.
Yeah. Mine's a curved highway
There you go.
with a lot of traffic.
Oh, I guess that's true, actually. So, yeah, I wonder if there'll be 20-minute games then.
Yeah, so if you try the game out, don't focus too much on the game. Also focus on your driving.
Yeah, watch out for, everybody else. Yeah, no, I first saw this. I was like, I wonder how much is actually hands-free or if it's just the answering. Because I'm pretty bad with my TV game shows. Jeopardy's the one you'd say, paying attention to the road for $400.
Yes.
I wonder if you can say that or if it will just have a board you'd have to click on. I wonder how well it can hear
I
you.
bet that's going to be voice-based.
I'm curious. I'll probably never play it.
Yeah.
I still have 0 game apps on my phone. We're keeping it that way.
Yeah, it probably wouldn't hear it on your motorcycle.
So funny enough, I can't hear any phone call through the headset on my motorcycle.
Okay.
They can hear me crystal clear. Every person I ask, yeah, you sound great. There's a hum in the background, but it's not bad. And I'm
But you can't hear anything?
Yeah, so I always pull off, and I have to cut the engine all the way off.
Is it that it's not loud enough? Or
It's not near loud enough.
Okay.
So music is all right, but I have it maxed out to the top.
Gotcha.
But for some reason, phone calls aren't as loud.
Gotcha.
So if you know of a good motorcycle headset that's loud, looking for that too. But it works for music. So, I mean,
That's the main thing.
I can see the phone call pop up over my Google map. And then, I pull it up and I go, on the bike, not now, and then hang up on them.
Yeah.
Or I can just answer it. Give me 30 seconds.
Let me pull over to the side of the road.
We're pulling off on the shoulder of this country highway. There's 8 feet of road. All right.
This is the big one.
The big one. Have you tried it yet?
No. Facebook dating. Because who knows you better than Mark Zuckerberg?
Should you trust Facebook with your secret crush?
All right, so I put a few notes on here. Let's see.
So we're going to start off with the hard question. Would you trust Facebook dating more than you would trust some no-name dating name? Not something high name like Tinder or Grindr or some one of the big names.
Yeah.
But if one of those smaller.
Basically, is Facebook's bad reputation worse than no reputation?
Correct. I guess that's a way better way to word that one. Because the thing is
if I were the type of person to use a dating service like that, I think that I would trust Facebook more than a no name.
Cool. 'Cause I would totally trust Facebook more than a no name.
And also, a no-name app like that isn't going to have many people on it, whereas
That's very
Facebook
true.
is going to have a bigger, like,
the
more fish in the sea.
but that aren't catfish. I think Facebook dating is going to help with legitimizing people.
Maybe.
I mean,
I know Instagram, I get messages from people who are definitely
not the people
that the images from all the time. So, Facebook and Instagram owned by the same dude, or Instagram's owned by Facebook, but so let's see. I put a few notes down. First off, this is going to be mobile only, and my first impression was it looks kind of like Tinder, although I've never used Tinder.
So do you think it's mobile only to get the younger crowd? So you don't have those 60, 70-year-old people on there?
I think it's mobile only to kind of compete with Tinder. Although that isn't a good reason not to make it on the computer.
Because, I'm more of a Facebook desktop user. I'll open Facebook when I'm on the bathroom, and that's about it.
I don't have the Facebook app installed. I have Messenger installed because I communicate with some people on Messenger.
Yeah. You don't even have the app installed, though.
No.
Okay. Yeah, I use the app pretty much just to check on the Facebook business pages.
An interesting note, currently it's planned to be free to use and free of ads.
Wow.
So this is more of a way to keep people integrated into the Facebook.
Do you know if it's free to use with premium features?
I don't know what all premium features there are.
Okay, well, the word premium doesn't pop up in the article.
Currently, it's in 19 countries, including Mexico, Canada, and the Philippines. I guess the U.S. as well, although it wasn't on that list. And it's supposed to be rolling out in Europe sometime next year. And also, I found this interesting. Current Facebook friends aren't suggested for your list of matches. I guess in a way to kind of keep it private and not let other Facebook friends know that you're on the dating app.
You're already friend zoned?
Maybe. Although you can choose a secret crush on the app. And if your secret crush also has the Facebook dating app and they choose you, then you can get matched up.
That seems like the best way to do it, honestly. Because you'd be like, okay, these three friends, they're not really friends. They're just people I add on Facebook. I like that idea. That's a lot better than just Facebook popping up a notification. One of your friends likes you on her dating app.
Yeah.
You're like, whoa.
That's kind of creepy.
And it's just a blurred image of their profile picture. You're like, I have 8 friends on Facebook.
Yeah.
Thanks, Uncle Steve. No, I think it's a cool idea.
I think it's fine, I guess, but
I mean, it's yeah. Sony.
Oh, yep.
They're making a Walkmans they're trying to make them come back.
They're gonna fail.
Why do you
Hate
say
to
that?
say it. First things first. According to this article from Hypebeast,
Wow, thanks.
it's most likely going to fall between the $400 and $500 range.
So
which is 4 times as expensive as my phone.
Yeah, it's as expensive as I paid $500 for my phone.
And I can actually see the quality being a little bit higher, but not enough to make that much of a difference. So, I don't know how much audio drivers really matter when you're playing it through a headphones or something like that.
And you're working out.
But I can't imagine it being that much better.
So if you wanted to sell a Walkman to me, it'd be really easy.
Make it $50?
Super cheap. Like $20.
Yeah.
Because then you could take it out with you early in the morning on a greenway or something, or rock climbing.
Or swimming.
Yeah, and if it gets destroyed...
when you're not worried about it getting ruined, yeah.
When it gets destroyed, the thing that you hate most is having to plug another one in and move the music over again.
Yeah.
That's the worst case.
Yeah. Not paying $500.
But it needs to be built like that Nokia brick.
Yes. So they're going to be releasing 2 different models. As far as I can tell, the models seem to be pretty much the same, except for the more expensive model has the anniversary like embellishments, they
Yeah.
call it. Like a 40th anniversary logo, special case, and packaging similar to the original Walkman.
I'm curious how many people are going to buy this and never open the packaging.
As more of a nostalgia thing.
Yeah, it's a nostalgic. This
I
is
can
going to
see
be worth
that.
a lot more in 50 years.
Which really, I mean, maybe it will, but
It might actually be, but don't
Yeah.
try. I mean,
I'm not going to buy one.
it's $400. It's for a phone that doesn't do anything else but play music. Yeah, and I saw those. I was like, I would totally buy an MP3 player if it from Sony if it was $20. Uh-oh.
Yeah, but not for $400 or $500. More smart home stuff. We've talked about smart home, but we haven't talked about Best Buy's smart home.
Back to The Verge.
Back to our favorite website, The Verge.
Sponsor us, please. Best Buy is leaving smart home users in the cold, which is hysterical when you find out that only their Wi-Fi freezers are looking like the ones to work.
Yeah.
Great title there.
Mostly work. Yep, so Insignia Connect, I guess Best Buy built this app. Insignia Connect is going to be shutting down on November 6th. And Insignia Connect is the app used to connect to Best Buy's smart freezer and a lot of their other smart appliances like lights, switches, and plugs, smart wall plugs. Best Buy is going to be offering a partial reimbursement, although installation fees are not covered and they may not cover the full cost of the devices. I'm sure they won't, in fact. They're not just going to give you all your money back. So devices may still be able to connect to other wireless apps like Apple's HomeKit, another reason that Apple is great.
I like the second paragraph. Perhaps most importantly, Best Buy confirms on its Connect fact page that its smart freezer will retain all normal freezer functions. So otherwise, all smart features are getting disabled.
Yes. So you won't be able to control your freezer from your phone anymore.
So one thing I'm curious on for some of these appliances is if they even have physical inputs. Like your refrigerator usually has like a 1 to 9 cold
yeah,
scale.
like a
a
little roller
dot.
inside yeah.
I wonder if their fridges even have those or if it's all smart.
Huh.
And now it's just set to magic default.
Yes.
Your milk freezes in the back and gets ruined in the front.
And it says
Oh, yeah.
there are variants of the smart wall plug and light switch that are Apple HomeKit compatible, meaning that those specific products will retain some mobile features even after Connect shut down next month. But even if you're on Android, the plug and switch won't be entirely useless. The Insignia Connect app functionality will not work, but any of the scheduled timers that were set up previously will continue to function. So if you set up timers on your lights or your plugs, they'll still time, but you won't be able to change them.
Imagine
set
going
new
on
ones.
vacation, not hearing about this.
And you
And you
can't
come home and your
change
thermostat
them.
can't change.
Yeah. But the button on the plug will continue to function manually as an on-off switch if needed. So instead of using the app, it's just slightly less inconvenient to reach down to the plug and press the button on the plug.
So I actually do this in the garage.
So essentially it's like unplugging or plugging it in.
Yep.
You're just pressing a button.
Yeah, so the garage has one light switch that does the original bulb, and then the new LEDs are on a smart outlet.
Yes.
That's on the far side of the room.
But not the Best Buy smart outlets,
no,
right?
yeah.
Good.
So I'm actually going to just put one of these in the wall and just plug up the power. So it doesn't actually do switching functions. It's just power connected.
Okay.
And then have this control the outlet. So it should still work. So instead of this button activating just the lights overhead, it will activate the lights overhead magically. It will just power the 2 dead wires.
Okay.
And then it will also turn on the outlet. So I'm using a wireless smart light switch to control an outlet on the other side of the room. Because currently, instead of pulling out my phone, opening the app, scrolling down to the second page, and then hitting garage lights rear,
Yeah.
I just walk across the room 8 feet, hit the power button on the outlet.
Yeah.
So I am really excited to get one of these in. So that there'll be a button at the door.
So the phone thing's convenient, but there are times when a light switch is also more
I also
convenient.
don't carry my phone all the way around the house.
Yeah.
I lost it for like an hour last night.
Yeah, just imagine if you were to drop it in the washing machine.
No, I don't want to. I would be so angry with Best Buy.
Yeah.
If I invested in like a fridge, a freezer, thermostat,
Light switches,
plugs.
plugs.
Yeah, light switches are expensive if you have a house. And secretly canceling it all.
Yep.
So yeah, everything I buy, I was looking on the back of this. It doesn't say it, but on packaging, if it doesn't say if this then that compliant, then I don't even consider it, because if this then that compliant essentially means that it'll work with pretty much everything.
Gotcha.
It's like a easy programmable
Universal type. Yeah.
Yes. I don't think it's technically universal, but yeah, it's universal enough at the moment.
Yeah.
That if one thing shut down, another thing still supports it.
Apple's coming out with a weapon, or has come out with a weapon, or people have modified an Apple product to become a weapon.
There we go. From our friends over at The Verge.
The Apple Card can double as an extremely sneaky knife. Did we talk about it last week? The Apple Cards that are made of metal, super heavy duty,
I think so, yeah.
not made to be disposable. Well, they're made of metal, and what's a knife blade made of?
Mostly metal.
So someone decided to sharpen one. I mean, it was only a matter of time, right?
Could you imagine trying to get a different card out of your wallet and sliding your hand down to pull it out?
Oof.
And just losing all your fingerprints?
So I use a rubber band as my wallet.
Of course you do.
So if I had this Apple Card, it would just slice straight through my rubber band.
I can't believe you use a rubber band as a wallet.
Yeah. It's super low profile.
I use the same wallet for like 8 years. All the leather's worn off. It's just... it's a dirty old wallet. Works.
Funny you mentioned that. If you scroll down to the bottom of the article, there's another article linked that says, Apple warns you may permanently discolor your Apple Card if it's stored in leather.
Or the material jeans are made out of. That jean material. It's not canvas.
Wow. Why can we not think of this?
We're computer guys.
That's
not
kind of
pants
embarrassing. Jeans.
Jeans made out of denim.
Denim, obviously.
It's like, I know it. I just don't know it.
Is it the stuff they use to color it? Let's see.
Oh no, I heard about this on Lou later, and I didn't really look into it. Yeah, but with the why you find that with the card sharpening, apparently the last paragraph of this article reads, "We don't recommend sharpening any credit cards. They are potentially dangerous and aren't something you should be handing over to cashiers."
True.
And TSA prohibits and is actively looking out for credit card sized knives at airports.
Yes.
So if you get caught, you may not be able to board.
They also make credit card sized pieces of plastic or metal that fold out into a pocket knife.
Yeah.
Have you seen those?
Yeah, those are kind of cool, actually.
Yeah. So I guess that's kind of what TSA is looking for, but if they were to see your sharpened credit card.
Yeah. I'm
That'd be
also
a red
curious
flag as
if, like,
well.
you hand it to a cashier and they get cut, if it can be considered some type of
Like-
attempted robbery or something.
Probably not attempted robbery, but I could definitely see it being some kind of negligence, injury,
Yeah.
like assault type thing. Yeah.
Destruction of property if you swipe it too hard. It just cut the
Just
machine in
yeah.
half. Like those little square readers.
Oh, that would be an interesting story. Just wait until we see that on the news.
Yeah. But on the other hand, if you're stranded in the woods and all you have is your Apple credit card and a sharpening stone, you can have a knife.
For what it's worth, a small knife,
Yeah.
but a knife.
Cut your celery up.
Yeah, there's a picture of someone cutting celery on the page. I guess that's celery. Not
Yeah, no
I'm not
idea.
really a vegetable follower. Vaping is bad for you.
Which I thought we all kind of agreed upon universally when the owner of Juul came out and said, "You shouldn't use our product."
Another article from our friends over at The Verge stating that 3 people have died of a mysterious lung illness linked to vaping as cases skyrocket. So first off, I'll say, obviously, in my opinion, putting some kind of chemicals into your body
It's usually not a good
is
thing.
usually not a good thing. So I'm going to say probably don't vape if you're worried about your health.
Yeah.
I also saw that it'd been upped to 5 people dying recently. Although I couldn't get an actual statement from the CDC. I just saw articles referencing the CDC. But, yeah. So that's the nationwide death toll is now supposedly at 5. And according to this article at The Verge, it says it's likely due to chemical exposure, not some kind of infection or virus.
Okay.
So it's not like a contaminated
So
sample
it could be
or
like
something.
a flavor. It has some type of chemical to make the flavor.
Probably so. But I will say 5 people out of all the people that are vaping isn't that bad.
They could all just been coughed on.
I mean,
They could have eaten at the wrong Taco Bell the wrong day.
yeah. So although I do think it's generally speaking unhealthy for you and certainly wouldn't provide any benefits to your health.
So I don't know much about how lungs are supposed to look. I don't know if you know better.
Not really, but there are.
So I'm not sure if that's the actual lung there where my mouse is at, or if this is the lungs and this is like a space where they like deflated inside the rib cage area. I don't know what you call it, but it's like a punctured lung when it deflates and then the air goes into the rest of it. So you can't reinflate it.
A pneumothorax.
But
yeah, but all in all, it says like 450 people across 33 states have come down with a deadly lung illness. I don't know how they define deadly if only 5 people died of it. I guess one person dying of it makes it become deadly.
yeah, and then the
Classified as deadly.
last sentence of I guess we just read the whole paragraph. The first paragraph is federal officials announced that over 450 people across 33 states and the Virgin Islands have come down with a deadly lung illness that can be linked to e-cigarettes use. That more than doubles the total number reported cases nationwide last week. So nationwide last week stood at the total at 215 in 25 states. So it doubled in a week.
And that could just be some people came out with it and a lot of other people said, hey, I noticed that too.
Yeah, it's one of those things like you wake up and your shin hurts and you're like, oh, I just slept weird.
Yeah.
And then it doesn't stop hurting.
Yeah. So, again, bad for you.
Don't do it.
Don't do it, but...
Or do it and live with it.
But in the grand scheme of things,
Yeah.
not the most pressing issue. Do you know how many people the flu kills every year?
At least 4?
At least 4?
At least 4?
More than 5.
More than 5.
Yeah.
I wasn't wrong.
Yeah. So, I didn't realize this until I worked in healthcare, we'll say. But the flu kills a ton of people every year.
Really?
Look it up. Yeah, look it up. I was thinking also, maybe 100 people. Not that many people because
In
our
the
medicines... Yeah, in the U.S. Our medicines evolved to where we can treat the flu pretty well.
Yeah, that's fine. Look at that. See, we're really live because the time's right where you can't see it. While the impact of flu varies, it places a substantial burden on the health of people in the United States each year. CDC estimates the influenza has resulted in between 3 million. That's a big range. 49 million.
Yeah, it is.
Illnesses. That's a huge range. 140,000 to 960,000.
A big range.
Hospitalizations and between 12,000 to 79,000 deaths annually.
So
since
each
2010.
year between 12 and 79,000 deaths. That's much more than 5.
That's a lot more.
We're looking at this vaping thing, and sure, it's unhealthy. I'll give you that.
Yeah.
But the flu is way more deadly than that. And I had no idea how deadly the flu still was.
Yeah.
From my understanding, the flu normally results in death because an older person gets it or someone with a weakened immune system like a baby gets it. And they can't have the vaccination or their immune system just isn't built up strong enough to fight the flu.
Yeah.
And they end up getting hospitalized and get like pneumonia and die from the pneumonia.
Yeah. So it's actually raising almost because that huge range. So this next to last line, 2010 was 37,000 estimated deaths. And then next year, 2011 year is 12,000. 2012 is 43. Then it drops to 38, then 51, then drops to 25, then back up to 51. And then the most recent is at 79.
And this is from the CDC. It's the government, so you can trust them.
Trust the government. Oh, there's a much fancier looking graph there for you. So something happened most recently.
Yeah, so the flu's still a big deal, which I didn't realize until earlier this year. Let's see. What do we got? Instagram.
So you use Instagram every day.
I am not currently logged into Instagram. I don't use it every day.
So I look at it every day.
I check it every few days.
Okay.
Like once a week.
Yep. Article, of course, from The Verge. Please sponsor us. Private Instagram posts and stories can be shared publicly using just a web browser. So I actually look at Instagram on a desktop
Okay.
quite a bit, except for pretty much, when I don't have a desktop in front of me.
That will limit it, yeah.
Yeah. So apparently, a serious flaw in how Instagram handles private accounts. So it's not so much as private posts and stories, I believe, as it is just private accounts.
Okay.
But I just read the name BuzzFeed reported, and I was like, hey, I'm going to skip this one.
Oh, okay. So the way this works is...
Of course you know how it works.
Yes. Web browsers have a feature called, I guess, Inspect Element.
Yeah.
Which allows you to actually view the code that's displaying the
we can do that now.
information on the page. Yeah. Hit F12. Or, Inspect Element. And then you see the page pops up on the right. And if you drag that down there, see where there's... Yep, there you go.
Yeah, come on.
It's going to be like right there. Yep.
Ah.
Drag that down so we can see more of the code. So on the top right there, that's the HTML code, which is
This.
what's displaying the stuff on the left side from the screen. And what you can do is if you scroll up to an image,
there we go.
you could honestly probably just right click on the image and do it anyway.
Yeah.
But if you click that, and then click on the image, over on the right side, we'll see the URL of all the images. So I guess what's happening is someone's grabbing a URL from the Inspect Elements and sharing it with other people. So people who aren't following the private page can just go directly to the URL rather than visiting the user's page and viewing the images on the page.
Okay.
If that makes sense.
Yeah, that does make sense, actually. Yeah, because I have a friend who shares stories, and he'll just hit the share button with me, and then I'll click on it. It says, this profile is private. To see the post, you must request follow permit, whatever it is.
Mm-hmm.
And I never do.
Mm-hmm.
But, yeah, it looks like it's a fairly easy way to get around it.
So if someone who is following them gets the URL, they can send it to someone who's not following it. But if someone who's not following it,
it's still private.
It's still private.
Okay.
Unless you were to just guess at the URL and get lucky, which I'm sure it's like randomized characters.
Yeah. There's a lot of people with a lot of time on their hands.
Yeah.
Wow. We made it to the bottom.
Ooh.
We actually made it a long while. We're still...
Oh, wow.
Oh, mine says offline.
Are you private?
Stream off?
Mine is online.
I mean, it's still going, but...
Huh. Haven't seen that before.
Strange. We'll see if it cuts out in a minute.
We might have to restream it to yours.
Or we'll just give up. We'll try again next week. Yeah, now we're still going, so...
Whoop.
Alright. Well, I guess you look at that. I was watching a unbox therapy video earlier this week. Still going, so... Yeah.
Oh, you're still live.
Cool.
I
Works
guess.
for me. That's super strange. I was watching an unbox therapy video, like I usually do at work. And it was a video for some headphones.
Yes, the human headphones.
Yeah. I think I pull this up. Yeah, cool. So it's this video here that I have a problem with. So I always thought of him as kind of like I do with Linus or Louis Rossman. They're all very upfront, trustworthy. Like they're upfront about what they do. They don't try to hide anything.
Yeah.
The one thing is that Lou he is much better, I think, at separating work from not work.
Okay.
Like he doesn't talk about his marriage or kids or his brother. Like he'll mention that people exist in his life, but he won't say like names or anything. Like, oh yeah, my brother was coming into town this week, so I got to get out of the studio. It's like, oh, cool. You know, he has a real family and a real life, which is great. It makes him feel like he's a stand-up guy. And then he releases a video like this, which is sponsored by Wix. It says it in the beginning, middle,
Yes.
and the end, of course.
Yes.
Which is fine. That's how you make money in life. But then this whole video, he is super ecstatic about this product. I'm going to make sure it's muted. And going down to the comment section, every single person in here pretty much says, this guy Flossie, his comments brought me here are, dude, Flossie just ripped these to shreds. And then I'll never take your word for a product again, because he's super positive about these headphones. And it turns out that he was just
Most other reviews did not think they were very good.
Yeah, I can't find one review that says they're good. Like some people are like, oh, it's made quality, or like, oh, it feels nice. But then everyone's like, it sounds terrible. It doesn't sound like a $300 headphone or whatever this is.
And they cost $260. They're not cheap.
And that's the one thing I like about with Linus Tech Tips, or even oh, hey guys, this is Austin.
Yeah. Austin Evans.
Yeah, Austin Evans. Yeah, that's his name. Is that they'll put banners and say, this is a product, or this is a
product. What do they call it? It's not
product ad or something.
Sponsored. It's showcase.
Yeah, showcase.
That's the Linus Tech Tips showcase.
And so I mean, I still listen to his Lou Laters. I just watched one of them today that he released. His Lou Laters are still great, but to take his advice on actual products is kind of hard.
It's a little bit harder once he's...
Because it's not that he tainted the Unbox Therapy name. It's that it's him as a person across all of his channels. It's like, oh, well, if he talks good about Apple, which he doesn't really, so...
Yeah.
But if he talks good about a company...
Kind of take it with a grain of salt.
Yeah, why is he talking good about them?
Yeah.
I don't know, it bothered me. But I'm still curious if he's ever going to come out and say anything about it. Because, I mean, almost all the things that he reviews, he's either super ecstatic about or super disappointed in. And, I mean, you can pretty much guarantee the ones he's disappointed in, he's not getting sponsored for.
Yeah. At least he certainly won't get sponsored by them again.
Yeah.
Then there was another YouTube video on here from Barnacles Nerdgasm.
I saw this one today. I had to put this in here. He's really good at ripping windows apart.
He used to work for Microsoft.
Yeah. He'll tell you that about 47 times in this video, I believe. But Microsoft is doing this really sketchy thing. It's another sketchy thing, in my opinion. With the built-in video player, which is like Windows Movie and TV or something of the sort, if you try to play back a video that uses the new H.265 codec, which pretty much any new phone is using at this point. It's the new good standard. Microsoft says you have to pay $1 to download and install this codec, which is hysterical. He goes into because it links you to the Microsoft Store where you can just buy and download it
for $1,
and you're good to go. Or you could type in a URL in the store and you can download it for free. It's literally free in the store, but if you search for it, it won't show up. It doesn't show up at all with searching. You have to put in the right URL to get it to pop up. And it's free online. You can just download it online. VLC also does H.265 encoding for free always. And it's one of those things, like, I understand Windows 10 can't offer everything that all free programs offer, like VLC or GIMP, Paint Room.
Yeah.
Like, but to charge people money for a free product
that's on your store.
That's
for free. Right?
Yeah, it's on the store for free. But they link you to the one that costs $1
for the exact same product. Just kind of dishonest.
Yeah, it's $1.
Yeah.
But the thing that he goes back to is, even though it's only $1, there's a lot of Windows users.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you could still make $500,000.
And the URL, in case you're wondering, is bit.ly/free HEVC. And we can put it in the descriptions, although we'll, of course, forget.
Put it right there. There it is up there.
There it is up the top. And then, actually, you might as well go to it just to...
Can I go to it?
Yeah, it's good.
Oh, okay,
there you go.
cool.
There it is for free. Of course, you can sign up if you want. Yep, for free.
Or go to Videoland and get VLC.
Yeah.
It just stopped.
Much better anyway.
Yeah, that was just something else that really... It's really aggravating.
Yeah.
It's like it's a free product and they're charging money. Do you know if it's against the like codec free license? H.265.
I'm not sure.
Because like a lot of free software says like you can't
use it for commercial use.
Or you can't sell it.
Yeah.
You can't rebrand and sell. I don't know how this all works, but I'd be curious.
Yeah.
We'll do that. So high efficiency video coding. Ooh. Here's their website. I don't know how interesting this is to everyone else, but it's one of those aggravating things in life that, yeah, H.265. So this is the newest one. I wonder where you'd find out about this.
I don't know.
Yeah, I'm curious. I mean, I can't do anything about it.
Yeah.
Clearly, but somebody else can. I don't know. One of those things that if someone else wants to go after Microsoft, don't use any of the stuff I just said. I think it's my favorite time of the night.
Time for the hee-hees.
Hee-hee.
Mine's kind of, you might have seen it before.
You've probably seen mine, but I'm going to see how long it takes you to get what's happening.
Okay.
It's a jife.
Ooh, a jife.
Yeah.
I like jifes.
We're going to do yours first.
Okay.
We're going to open it full screen. Oh, I see it.
It's your GPU, and it's one core doing all the work.
Yep. Really, it's core 0.
It should be, yeah.
We're not going to get into that one.
It's as easy as 0, 1, 2.
No, I have seen it. I love it, though.
Just like a government project. One guy doing all the work. All right, I got to see yours, though.
Yeah, you probably have to open up on yours.
Yeah, well. Once you display it, I'll look at it.
It's like open video, new tab. So, of course, it's from Imgur. There we go.
All right, here we go.
and it's called professional truck driver or experienced.
Holy cow,
driver.
this guy has got a long truck that he's backing out. Those cars are about to fall off. Letting the traffic through, backing up, backing up. If he hits that curb or that dumpsters.
Yeah, so when it starts at the beginning, you'll see like these cars pushing through. Now watch that red car right there. You don't see it, do you?
Hold on. Wait, there's a gate on the other side. It's going to take me a second.
You're looking for two really specific things that will give it all away.
Okay.
He's not going to find it. This thing took you so long, plus the comment section, to figure it out.
The red car.
So it has nothing to do with any of the vehicles.
I see those gates opening on the other side of the road.
You're getting closer. Let me give you a hint.
Let me watch it one more time. Obviously, they're over in Europe or something because they're driving on the wrong side of the road. Yeah, you're going to have to give me a hint.
Bottom right corner of the video. We'll give it away. You're already too far, but yeah, when it restarts,
Okay.
You'll see in the bottom right corner. It's going to be a lot of awkward silence here until he gets
Bottom right-hand corner. I see
Yeah.
a tool. It's a game of some sort.
Yeah, this isn't real life. This is Truck Simulator.
Wow. Someone put a lot of time into this.
It looks so real.
It looks... Oh, and then I see it in the top left, too.
Yeah.
The green floating icon. Wow. This looks
I
so real.
Thought it was real for the longest time. And I read the comments like, what's funny about this?
That looks so real.
Because it hit front page so fast. And then I was like, whoa, this wasn't even like faked. This is just the video game. Like, once you look at it now, you're like, wow, that's actually a really good
Yeah.
quality camera for security.
Yeah, looking at the comments, I love that half the comments have mistaken Euro Truck Sim for reality at this point. Yeah, I mean, I did.
It's so...
Wonder how long it will take before they realize this is a video game. This looks weird. Is this a video game? Real cars don't behave like that logically, and they don't all immaculately drive in the exact same spot. I'm surprised they don't have anyone directing traffic. Do trailers this big even exist in real life?
Yeah, they probably do. There's a wind turbine wing trailers. There's wind turbine
Oh, yeah.
wings. Those things stick out so far.
They don't look big when they're up in the sky, but
Yeah,
they're
massive.
humongous.
You know, I watched this so long this morning.
Wow. Yeah.
Because I
That's
never
crazy.
Yeah, I never got it until I saw that. Until someone
That
pointed out the
looks
floating
so
tool.
real.
I was like, this isn't even like a deep fake or meant to trick people. It was just...
Yeah.
I mean, I guess they posted meant to trying to trick people.
Yeah, and they succeeded.
Not really mean, but it's really good.
Yeah.
I liked it.
That blew my mind. Oh, 3D printing stuff. We
3D
printed off a...
Oh, yeah.
or-
Another fun topic on 3D printers. What,
Yeah.
you want to grab it?
stuff.
So if you get a 3D printer, you should get washable school glue. And it's very important that it's... Yep. And it's very important that it's washable school glue. Because you'll put it on when the bed heats up before the print starts. And it helps keep the print stuck onto the mat so that it doesn't come loose during the middle of printing. The problem with any glue, though, is that it's thick. So once you do like 3 or 4 prints, it starts layering up. And then you have this bumpy surface to print on. Washable school glue, just put it in the sink, run it with hot water for a couple minutes, and then you just wipe off all the glue. It worked perfect.
This is a Like dinosaur skull. What dinosaur is that? T-Rex?
Oh, I have no idea.
I don't know much about dinosaurs. And then there's a bigger one, which.
Oh yeah.
A bigger skull. See the teeth. The teeth are actually look pretty nice.
Yeah, that's a support structure.
Yes.
Because when it was actually printing, it was two separate pieces until it got up high enough and they connected.
Oh wow! I didn't even think about that. They connected pretty nicely though.
They connected really nicely.
Dang. And then there will be a second section.
You put it on.
Just like that. A little bit of an underbite there. Wow, but that's impressive. Oh, and then it has a hole for a mount too.
Yeah. So this took, I think, 17 hours to print. And it's super thin, and I think it has a 5% fill.
Okay.
So there is support frame inside of it. But it's
Gotcha.
not, it's 5% full of plastic.
Yeah.
95% empty. So this is where the glue didn't actually stick all the way. And so it slid a little bit at the beginning. But it's all support structure, so it's fine.
Yeah. Come off anyway.
Yeah, and the top part's actually bigger. I think he said it was going to be like 22 hours to print or something.
Yeah, it looks like a lot more filament.
Yeah, a lot more walls on it.
Yeah.
It's going to be really cool, though.
And it looks like it prints like that.
Yep. Yeah, the face up. I like your idea of turning it into a mask. Oh, there's the support structure. Turning it into a mask.
Yeah.
It's very
Maybe a little
close.
bit bigger.
Yeah, it's not terribly far. Find someone without such a fat face.
Yeah.
Cool. We made it really long. I have no idea because it says I'm offline.
Oh, wow, I might be offline too now.
120 is what it tells me.
Not 420?
We can. Only
3 hours
121.
left.
Yeah, we got 3 hours to stream. We can watch the skull print. Exciting
Well,
life.
Thank you for tuning in, and join us next week as we tech about some more tech topics.
We're going to talk about all of them.